God is saying to you today that there is peace available, urging you to embrace hope and find comfort in the quiet moments. As you step into this day, remember that resilience is within you. Challenges may arise, but you possess the strength to overcome them. God is encouraging you to remain open to new experiences, reminding you that every step you take can lead to growth and understanding. Take a moment to breathe and seek clarity. God wants you to find solace amidst the chaos and cherish your inner peace. In moments of doubt, remember that every storm will pass, and God assures you that beauty and joy are always on the horizon. God is inviting you to seek knowledge and understanding. The answers you seek may be found in the stories and lessons around you. As the day comes to an end, God reminds you to express gratitude for the blessings received and to look forward to tomorrow's possibilities. In the quiet of the night, God encourages you to dream big. Your potential is limitless, and every star represents a possibility. God is teaching you the importance of patience and care. Every small effort you make today can lead to beautiful transformations tomorrow. As you journey through life, God wants you to embrace the flow of your path. Trust that each twist and turn has its purpose.
In a chilling moment that seemed impossible, a newborn declared dead lay motionless in the morgue. But then, unexpectedly, a gentle cry broke the silence, filling the sterile room with an echo of hope. The medical examiner, caught off guard by the sound, quickly shifts his attention to the table, trying to comprehend what he just witnessed as disbelief mingles with urgency. With a mixture of confusion and astonishment, a nurse rushes in, only to find the once lifeless baby, now alive and being tenderly held, leaving everyone in the room questioning the boundaries of life and death. Emotions swirl as the medical examiner holds the newborn tightly, feeling the warmth against his skin while the nurse prepares to ensure the child receives immediate care, turning the morgue into a scene of unexpected revival. In a rush to stabilize the newborn, they are swiftly transported to a nearby hospital room where the delicate infant begins to show signs of strength, gripping the finger of a nurse, a small yet powerful reminder of resilience. As the medical team works diligently to ensure the baby's safety, the atmosphere shifts from despair to cautious optimism, each heartbeat resonating with the promise of a new beginning. A soldier named Jake finds himself lost behind enemy lines, his heart racing with every rustle of leaves around him. With no way to contact his unit, he feels the weight of despair settling in. Just as hope begins to wane, a stranger appears from the shadows, offering guidance. Uncertain yet desperate, Jake follows this enigmatic figure through the dense forest, unaware that this moment could change everything. As they move deeper into the woods, Jake's mind races with questions about his mysterious guide. The forest surrounds them, filled with the sounds of nocturnal creatures, but Jake can only concentrate on the stranger's swift movements ahead. Suddenly they approach an enemy camp, and Jake feels his heart pound louder, the stakes higher than ever. With precision, the cloaked figure motions for him to take a detour, leading him toward a safer route. Jake steels himself, and in that moment of uncertainty, he realizes that his only chance lies in trusting this stranger. As they creep along the forest's edge, the tension escalates, knowing one wrong move could alert the enemy. The cloaked figure pauses, indicating the escape route ahead, a sharp ridge that promises safety but also danger. With a silent nod of gratitude, Jake prepares to make his move, heart pounding as he steps closer to the path of freedom. In a drought-stricken village, a farmer named John kneels in the middle of his barren field, praying for rain one last time. His face reflects deep concern as he gazes up at the cloudless sky that has betrayed him for too long. Just as hopelessness begins to settle in, a single drop of rain lands at John's feet, stirring his heart with a flicker of hope. Moments later, the heavens open up, unleashing a cascade of water that brings life back to the thirsty earth. Overwhelmed with gratitude, John raises his arms to the sky, reveling in the unexpected downpour that breathes life into his field. The entire village joins him in celebration, united in joy, as the long-awaited rain washes away their struggles. Tears of relief stream down John's face as he surveys his thriving land, once again filled with promise and hope. The sun peeks through the departing clouds, bathing the village in golden rays, symbolizing a bright new beginning. In a moment of humble gratitude, John kneels to the ground, feeling the life-giving moisture soak into his skin, thankful for the blessing. Meanwhile, laughter fills the air as children joyfully splash in puddles, celebrating the return of life and happiness in their village. A woman named Sarah, told she'd never walk again, finds herself engulfed in flames as her home burns, yet something deep within her ignites. With every ounce of strength, Sarah defies the odds, standing on her own 2 feet, not for herself but for the life of her beloved child. In a moment that feels both surreal and powerful, she navigates through the thick smoke, her heart pounding, fueled by the instinct to protect her child. With each step, memories flood her mind, driving her to reach her child and ensure they both escape the impending danger together. In a profound act of courage, Sarah embraces her child, and together they become a beacon of hope amidst the darkness of the flames. With one final surge of strength, Sarah breaks free from the fiery grasp of her home, emerging into the light with her child safe in her arms. As they fall into the safety of the outside world, the reality of their survival sinks in, leaving both mother and child overwhelmed with gratitude and resilience. With relief flooding her heart, Sarah realizes that against all odds, she has not only walked again, but has saved the most precious part of her life. In that moment of reunion, Sarah understands the true strength of a mother's love, knowing that no fire can extinguish the bond they share. In a cozy cafe tucked away in the heart of the city, Ruth was known for her unwavering loyalty and faith, always ready to lend an ear to those in need. As her friend shared the burdens of his recent job loss, Ruth listened patiently, knowing that sometimes just being there was the greatest gift she could offer. With a spark of inspiration, Ruth suggested brainstorming ideas for a new venture that could leverage her friend's skills, igniting a flicker of hope amidst the uncertainty. As the days turned into weeks, their collaborative spirit blossomed, turning a shared dream into a tangible plan, showcasing the incredible power of loyalty and faith. The moment they received their first order felt like a triumphant victory, a testament to their hard work fueled by loyalty and integrity, reminding them both of the unexpected blessings that can arise from steadfast support. Setting up at the local market, Ruth and her friend embraced the newfound adventure, sharing their story with customers who appreciated not just the products but the journey behind them. With each interaction, they cultivated relationships that went beyond mere transactions, growing a network of supporters who believed in the vision born from loyalty and faith. There was a young woman named Sarah who had always dreamed of becoming a professional dancer, but the voices around her constantly reminded her that her dreams were too far-fetched. Every day she faced skepticism from friends and family who questioned her talent, yet Sarah decided to push through the negativity and work harder than ever. With each passing day, her passion fueled her resolve, leading her to take on challenges that once seemed insurmountable, gaining skill and confidence. Finally, the day arrived when she had the chance to showcase her talent at a major audition, a moment that could either make or break her aspirations. As she danced, all doubts faded away, and for the first time, she felt completely in sync with her dreams, leaving everything she had learned behind her. When the results were finally announced, Sarah could hardly believe her ears. She had landed a spot in a prestigious dance company, a dream come true, despite all the naysayers. In that moment of celebration, the doubts that once surrounded her fell away, replaced by the resounding proof that her belief in herself had indeed triumphed over the world's doubts. As she took the stage once more, she realized that every struggle had shaped her, reinforcing the truth she now lived by: your belief in yourself is stronger than the world's doubts. In a small, dimly lit room, a poet named Alex tirelessly scribes verses that seem to vanish into the void of rejection. Each rejection letter a stark reminder of the challenges they face. Yet within the depths of their heart lies an unwavering love for the art of poetry, driving them to create even when the world remains indifferent. As Alex wanders through a lively park, they find inspiration in the beauty of nature, capturing fleeting thoughts in a well-loved notebook. Each word written on the page is filled with emotion, reflecting the poet's journey through heartache and resilience. One fateful evening, Alex gathers the courage to share their work at a local literary cafe, heart racing as they stand before the audience. The atmosphere is charged with anticipation, and the poet's voice trembles as they begin to recite their verses, pouring their soul into each line. As Alex recites the final stanza, silence envelops the room, followed by an eruption of applause that fills the space with warmth and acceptance. The poet stands in awe, realizing that their persistence has finally led to recognition and appreciation. This is a story about a young entrepreneur named Alex who dreams of starting a small business but has little to no money. Alex spends countless late nights in a small home office, fueled by determination and coffee, crafting a vision for a successful enterprise. Alex knew that success wouldn't come easily, so they attended every local event, networking tirelessly and sharing their passion for the product. Finally, the hard work pays off when Alex receives their first big order, turning dreams into reality. With dedication and hard work, Alex's venture flourished, transforming from a small idea into a thriving business that brought joy to the community. Standing outside their shop, Alex reflects on the journey, knowing that success comes when hustle meets heart. Alex decided to give back to the community by mentoring young entrepreneurs, sharing the lessons learned along the way. Inspired by their own journey, they created a space where passion and dedication could ignite the dreams of others, embodying the words, "Success comes when hustle meets heart." At a local award ceremony, Alex is honored as Entrepreneur of the Year, surrounded by loved ones who have supported them throughout their journey. Taking a moment to reflect in the park, Alex realizes that every late night and challenge was worth it, reaffirming that success truly comes. In a busy city filled with towering skyscrapers and bustling streets, there lived a young woman named Sarah, who struggled to make ends meet, often feeling overwhelmed by her circumstances. One day, as she walked past a local charity organization, she spotted a donation box just outside the door, inviting those with any spare change to contribute. With a deep breath, Sarah decided to give what little she had, dropping her coins into the box, believing that even the smallest contribution could make a difference. Unbeknownst to her, this simple act of generosity sparked something within others who witnessed her gesture. As Sarah walked away, several bystanders noticed her selfless act, which ignited a wave of inspiration throughout the crowd. One by one, they started stepping forward, pulling out their wallets and contributing, realizing that together they could make a greater impact. Moments later, the donation box began to overflow with the collective generosity of those who had been motivated by Sarah's kindness. Sarah, turning back to see the scene unfold, felt a warmth in her heart, realizing that her small gesture had sparked a transformation in the community. In a small, dreary office on the outskirts of town, a woman named Sarah felt trapped in a job that drained her spirit each day. It takes courage to change your life, but it's worth it. Every evening, as the sky turned dark, Sarah's mind raced with dreams of becoming an artist, yet fear kept her bound to her dreary routine. It takes courage to change your life, but it's worth it. One fateful night, filled with a mix of fear and hope, she finally decided to take that first step towards her passion. It takes courage to change your life, but it's worth it. As Sarah showcased her art for the first time, the thrill of sharing her true self ignited a spark within her, drawing in people who appreciated her creativity. It takes courage to change your life, but it's worth it. With every brushstroke, Sarah discovered a newfound freedom that replaced the chains of her past. It takes courage to change your life, but it's worth it. At the art gallery, surrounded by people who celebrated her journey, Sarah finally felt at home, proving to herself that she was more than her past. It takes courage to change your life, but it's worth it. As she accepted the award, Sarah reflected on her journey, realizing that embracing her passion had changed everything. It takes courage to change your life, but it's worth it. In a small, cluttered room filled with echoes of uncertainty, a young man named David wrestles with his inner demons as self-doubt consumes him. Despite the weight of his struggles, David takes a deep breath, opens his journal, and begins to pen the first words of his journey towards healing. The strongest battles are fought within. As he scribbles down his thoughts, each sentence becomes a declaration of his desire for change. With the first light of dawn streaming through the window, David lifts his gaze, feeling a flicker of hope ignite within him. The strongest battles are fought within. In the quiet of the morning, David faces himself in the mirror, his mind filled with a mix of fear and determination. He recites positive affirmations, reminding himself that he has the strength to overcome the shadows lurking within. The strongest battles are fought within. Taking his first step towards healing, David ventures outside, feeling the warmth of the sun on his face and the cool breeze lifting his spirits. He watches as others roam freely, their laughter resonating in the air, and for the first time he feels the power of community surrounding him. The strongest battles are fought within. In a small town, a compassionate young woman named Sarah spends her afternoons at a cozy coffee shop where she unexpectedly meets a weary stranger who is desperate for someone to listen. As the stranger opens up about their struggles with loss and hardship, Sarah listens intently, her warm demeanor creating a safe space for shared vulnerability. After their heartfelt conversation, they take a walk in the park, where Sarah encourages the stranger to explore new possibilities and embrace hope for a brighter future. With renewed confidence, the stranger stands before a job application office, ready to take the first step towards a transformed life inspired by Sarah's unwavering support. In a celebratory spirit, Sarah and the stranger meet at a cafe to mark the success of the job interview, their laughter echoing the power of connection and shared journeys. Empowered by their journey, the stranger speaks at a community center, sharing their story of transformation, illustrating how one act of listening can spark change in others. As the stranger delivers their inspiring speech, Sarah beams with pride, knowing that her willingness to listen has not only changed one life, but has the power to uplift an entire community. A young man named Jack left his hometown in search of fortune, eager for adventure and independence, but soon found himself lost in a whirlwind of extravagance and excess. As the days turned into months, Jack's riches vanished, leaving him isolated and struggling to reconnect with the family he had once taken for granted. Realizing he had lost everything that truly mattered, Jack decided to return home, hoping to mend the bonds he had broken and seek forgiveness from his family. As he stepped through the door, the warmth of his family's love enveloped him, and in their embrace, Jack felt the weight of his mistakes begin to lift. In the days that followed, Jack learned the power of forgiveness and the strength of family bonds, realizing that love could heal even the deepest wounds. With every shared moment, Jack felt a sense of belonging return, understanding that true wealth lies not in possessions but in the love and forgiveness of those who care for you. Through hard work and dedication, Jack began to rebuild his life, determined to honor the second chance his family had given him. As time passed, Jack not only repaired his relationships but also found a new purpose, embracing the simple joys that life had to offer. David always dreamed of climbing the highest mountain in his region, but as he stood at its base, the magnitude of the challenge overwhelmed him. He had heard stories of others who succeeded, but the peak seemed impossibly far away, shrouded in clouds that mirrored his doubts. Feeling anxious, David took a deep breath and reminded himself that great achievements are often built one small step at a time. With each step, he began to break the journey down into smaller, manageable goals. The first was simply to reach the first marker on the trail, a small wooden sign that felt like a beacon of hope. David focused solely on that immediate goal, pushing aside thoughts of the intimidating summit above. As he arrived at the marker, a wave of exhilaration washed over him, reminding him that each small victory fueled his motivation. The breathtaking view encouraged him to keep going, igniting a sense of purpose within. He took a moment to appreciate the beauty around him, realizing these smaller achievements were building his confidence for the greater challenge ahead. Approaching a rocky section of the trail, doubt began to creep back in, but David pushed those thoughts away. He recognized that instead of viewing the climb as one daunting task, he could tackle each obstacle individually. Carefully planning his moves, he focused solely on navigating this segment, finding strength in the methodical approach. Once there was a young man named Alex who faced constant setbacks in everything he tried, whether it was his job, his hobbies, or even relationships, yet he refused to give up. After countless failures and moments of doubt, Alex finally had a breakthrough that changed his life forever. The journey taught him that failure is the path to success when you never give up. In moments of solitude, Alex found solace in writing down his thoughts and ideas, turning his failures into lessons learned. Each sketch and note in his notebook was a step closer to his dream, showcasing resilience in the face of adversity. Determined to improve, Alex joined a local workshop where he met others who shared his passion, creating a supportive network. This newfound community not only inspired him, but also fueled his ambition to keep pushing forward despite past failures. Nights turned into early mornings as Alex tirelessly dedicated himself to building his latest invention, with each attempt both honing his skills and deepening his resolve. Despite the weariness, the spark of excitement kept him motivated as he refined his prototype. In a quaint town, a family faced hard times after losing their home, leaving them desperate and unsure of the future. But the heart of the community beat stronger than ever as friends, neighbors, and even strangers came together to offer help, driven by the belief that no one should face hardship alone. Together we can achieve anything. With each can of food collected and every hour spent painting and repairing, the spirit of unity grew. The family's once desolate home transformed into a warm refuge filled with love and new beginnings, proving that kindness and compassion could change lives. Together we can achieve anything. To celebrate their success, the community threw a block party filled with laughter, music, and delicious food, strengthening the bonds that had formed. As people came together to share stories and create memories, they realized that the power of togetherness could overcome any challenge. Together we can achieve anything. In that moment of joy and gratitude, the family understood that they were not alone. They had a network of support that uplifted them. As the sun set on that beautiful day, the community stood united, knowing they could face any future challenge together. Together we can achieve anything. A young man named David leaves his small town filled with dreams of making it big in the city, but as time goes by, he finds himself lost in a whirlwind of luxury and excess. As David indulges in a lavish lifestyle, the allure of quick riches consumes him, leaving him with empty pockets and even emptier feelings. After losing everything, David decides to return home, haunted by memories yet hopeful for forgiveness as he retraces his steps back to the comfort of his family. With a heavy heart, David seeks out his family, and as he stands on their doorstep, he realizes that love can mend even the deepest wounds. Through shared moments and honest conversations, David begins to rebuild the trust that was fractured, discovering that true wealth lies in love and family. As days turn into weeks, David understands that his mistakes do not define him, and with every laugh and shared meal, he finds solace in the warmth of home. In giving back to his community, David realizes that redemption is possible, and through acts of kindness, he begins to rebuild his sense of purpose. As he reconnects with old friends and mends relationships, David learns that forgiveness is a powerful force that can heal wounds deeper than time. There was once a young woman named Emily who faced a daunting project at work that seemed impossible to complete. Drowning in a sea of tasks, she felt paralyzed until she realized that focusing on one small step at a time could lead her to success. With each completed step, Emily found herself gaining confidence. She started to celebrate the small victories, realizing that breaking her overwhelming project into manageable pieces was the key to unlocking her potential. As she shared her journey with her colleagues, Emily discovered the power of teamwork. Their encouragement fueled her motivation, reinforcing that she was not alone in facing challenges. Eventually, the day arrived when Emily stood before her team to present her completed project, her heart swelling with pride as they erupted into applause, recognizing the strength it took to break down what once felt insurmountable. As Emily stepped outside, the weight of her initial anxiety lifted, replaced by a profound sense of achievement. She had not only completed her project but also learned the invaluable lesson that any overwhelming task could be conquered one step at a time.